Hello, this is Roland, checking in to see how you're doing. I want to update you on a couple of things. I'm back from my summer vacation. It was very nice. And I've done some excellent work lately. My radio programs and my videos are excellent. I've done excellent work about stress. See, that's your problem. If you're like 99% of people, your problem is that you get upset too easily. You overreact to little things and big things. And you have no idea what kind of damage that is doing to your health and to your emotional life and to your spiritual life. So you're supposed to lead. Okay? As you go through life, you go through life gracefully. And when things happen, you respond to them appropriately, but you don't react emotionally. That's the way humans are supposed to be. See, God gave animals instinct. He gave humans intuition, so that you can respond appropriately. But even before anything is needed, many times nothing is needed other than just to observe. Just watch. Okay? Go through life like a tourist and observe things. But what you do is you react. Traffic, everything you react with emotions, upset, anger, see, and then eventually depression, anxiety, see, guilt, conflict, bitterness, and so on and so forth. If you didn't react in the first place, you wouldn't become upset in the second place, then you wouldn't have symptoms and guilt and conflict in the third place. Now that's what Christ tried to teach the people. If you read what he said, it's everywhere. He talks about having faith. He talks about not resenting other people, not hating them. How many times did he say not to hate other people? Or how many times did he say to forgive? Forgive, okay? But you don't know what forgive means. I'll tell you what part of forgive means. You never thought of it this way. Forgive means not to judge people in the first place. If you don't judge someone in the first place, then you don't have to forgive them in the second place because you never judged them in the first place. See? And if you don't react with resentment, with upset, with anger in the first place, then you're not upset in the second place, and you don't have upset tummy and headaches and all kinds of other things in the third place. See how simple that is? All you need to do is to have the attitude of not reacting, and then a little help, which is what my meditation helps you to do. And you start doing that, you'll calm down, you'll become centered. See, and now you're too lost in your thinking, in your imagination and thoughts that well up, you have that which mislead you. What you need is to have sound instruction. You need to be amenable to wisdom. See, so that when you're in your center, you're not lost in thinking, you're not upset, you're in your center. Then when you hear things like to forgive and be patient, to overlook, to make allowances for other people, then you see it, you understand it. See, not only can you apply it, but you understand and see why it's so good. Okay, so now you got the idea. Okay. Now the other thing is a lot of people have anxiety, depression. Do you realize, okay, when you react, you take in the outside. Okay? Like, have you ever had, of course you had. You've had a situation where somebody said something and it upset you. Then you can't get it off your mind. You keep thinking about it. You could remember it your whole life, what somebody said. See? Because you were upset by it and you resented it. So it's upset and emotion that brings the outside to the inside. You literally absorb the environment, absorb the outside. Okay, see, I'm making it real simple. And I'm laying groundwork as to why you need to watch my videos that I've just recently made in my radio program, because I talk about this and talk about the meditation which you need to get, so you won't be upset. So you can stop being upset. You can calm down. Then you'll be a better mom, better dad, better husband, better wife, better worker, better patient, better client, better everything. What good does it do you to be upset? Now, a lot of you are really good at pretending not to be upset, or you suppress. You go around suppressed, and you smile, and it looks like everything is okay. I remember one time when I was a young man, I used to go over to a recreation room to do some recreation there. You know, harmless, innocent recreation. There was a big, tall guy there who was really good at sports, indoor things, billiards and things like that. But he was just real quiet, okay, never said anything, and he appeared like he wasn't getting upset, okay. But I remember one time there was a phone call that came in, and then he went outside and he was on the phone, a cell phone, I guess. And then he was arguing with whoever was on the phone, and all upset. Okay, there's his stress, whoever it was. Well, but he suppressed all of his emotions. One day, he was a big, tall guy. He was like 6'5" or something like that, 6'6". One day, he just toppled over like a giant oak tree, and he was dead. Okay, stress, suppressed emotions. Okay. So what you need to learn how to do is to not become upset in the first place. Then you won't have to suppress in the second place. Okay, I think I made my point. Now, the other thing I was talking about, this is very important. I was talking about how we take in the environment when we react. Okay. Now, when you look all around you, the environment is negative. Look around. There's little love out there. There's no faith. There's cruelty, tease, deception, exploitation, abuse, trickery, deceit, lies, stealing, misery, unhappiness. It's a wall-to-wall horror chamber out there. Horrors upon horrors. See, travesties upon travesties. Everywhere you look, in the family. And then alcoholism and drug abuse and crime, and it's everywhere. Okay? So now if you go out into that world and then people are reacting, they're angry, they're resentful, and so on and so on. So if you go out there and you react like you have been, you react to just about anything, you know what you're doing? You're taking that negativity in. You see? See how that is? Now if you lived in paradise, okay, and then you reacted, you still shouldn't be reacting. That's not the human way, that's the animal way. But at least there wouldn't be anything negative in the environment. Although if you think back to the Garden of Eden, Adam was there, Eve, but then what? Then the serpent. And what did Adam do? He reacted, responded, and he reacted to what his wife said, and thoughts entered his mind as to how he could be a big man by not listening, by doubting God. See, that's how doubt and rebellion, see, disobedience entered into the human race, and you saw the result. So now if you react to all the awful things out there, you're just taking it in. No wonder you can get depressed. No wonder you can be anxious when everything around you is negative and you're reacting to it. If you weren't reacting to it, then it wouldn't bother you. You may not like it. See, you might see things, they might make you very thoughtful and sober about what you see, but they wouldn't affect you. Yeah, you would go through life like a boat through water. See, gliding through, cutting through the water, and the water wouldn't get inside. It stays on the outside. I recommend you listen to my recent programs. I have an excellent program about a quote from Viktor Frankl: between the stimulus and the response, there is a space. In that space is our freedom to choose our response. Okay, and in that response is our character is the growth of our character. Okay? Beautiful quote. I talk about it on my radio program. You just go to talktopastor.org. You can find it very easily. It's on my pastor blog in the Vimeo video, and it's also under the radio programs. And then another one I call Biblical Stress Management. That's my most recent radio program. Biblical Stress Management. It's just outstanding. And I've made some excellent programs about relationships too. Understanding relationships, why men and women argue, and how to save your marriage. So you better start listening. Take to heart the resources that I have, and get the meditation. Okay? My name is Roland.